Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a little bit of a question. What happens if you hack a old Pokemon that doesn't exist in Sword and Shield into Pokemon Sword and Shield? I thought we'd take a look at what happens when you do this. What does it cause in the game? What happens? What turns up instead of it? I thought we'd take a look at that in this video today, guys. This is a little bit inspired, of course, by PokeTips, so shout out to him. He did this last year with Let's Go Peach, Let's Go Eevee, and I thought to, check out what happens if we do it right here and see what, what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down, what's going to be affected within the game, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, guys. If you want to see more videos in this kind of realm, trying out weird things within Pokemon games, just let me know and we can definitely do more stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. Either way, as per usual, if you guys enjoy it, drop a like down below and let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. So the first things first is, how do we actually do this? How do we get a Pokemon that doesn't exist in Pokemon Sword and Shield into Pokemon Sword and Shield? Well, we do that thanks to certain tools, right? We've got a modded switch here that we are using, so we're using that to get access to certain tools made by certain community members that can get us into, the files. And once we're there, all we have to do is to insert, the Pokemon we want, which we simply do through a tool by the name of PK Hex. We put in the Pokemon we want to use, and we get the results and see what happens. So we put in this one specifically Greninja. I was going to put in Rayquaza as well, and I did put in Breloom as well to see if it makes a difference. Unfortunately, the specific save file that I tried that with the first time around, it really didn't go that well, so I may have to cut through a little bit here, but we'll start with the Greninja one first, and if that goes well, we'll see what happens past that point, if there's something else that pops up or anything like that, within that realm itself. And if there is other stuff that pops up, we'll just put it in the video. But if nothing major pops up, if I tried in a second attempt, then that is that. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. So first things first, we are in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in Chester, I think, or Chester. Jeez, it's a hard name to play. So first things first, we go into inventory. Or Pokemon team rather, not inventory. We go in here, and as you'll see at the bottom, there's a level 1 Pokemon by the name of Greninja. It's 11 out of 11 HP, and it has just got a Pokeball logo, right? Just like a black Pokeball logo, and nothing much else to it. So if we go down here through all this other stuff, actually I'm not gonna go to Cinderace. If you guys want to know what the deal is here with Cinderace, I actually have a video I can do on that. There's a specific thing we've done here with the Cinderace, so I'm not gonna do that right now. We're gonna have to go back a little bit to not spoil that. So let's just not go to that yet. We'll go the way up. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Pikachu. What happens is that you get a Pikachu. At least that's what happens right now. As you'll notice, the Pokeball actually is jumping up and down. Like, the actual Pokeball is jumping up and down. It's making some movements, but it's a Pikachu. And definitely not a Greninja. As for statistics-wise, it's just, well, basic. It's got the move Pound. It's got a hardy nature. And honestly, there's really not much else to it in terms of statistics here. If you guys want to take a look at this, I'll put myself down here. But as you may see, typing is normal. It says it's Greninja. The name is up there. It's the name of the Pokemon. And then, of course, just got Pound and just nothing much else in here. So let's go into, see what happens in a battle. I assume it's going to most likely just play the animations that you usually get from, from Pikachu. I guess it's going to play its normal animations and stuff. But let's just see what happens. We go down here to Hammerlock Hills. Let's just fly over there and see what actually ends up happening within the game itself. We'll just go into like a simple battle or something, and see if anything interesting happens. So first things first, gonna make sure we got a few things sorted here. Let's make sure we have our battle effects on. Let's make sure we do that, and let's go back into the game. And there is, for example, a pretty good raid over there that we could do, but it's not really that important right now. So let's see. Let's just get into a battle real quick. A Vileplume. Let's get in. See what happens. So let's see what we can do with this Pokemon. So again, this is not the right one. This is Toxtricity. Make sure we go into a Pokemon here and switch out into our Greninja, quote-unquote, here, which is so weird, by the way, that it turns into Pikachu. So a big shout-out, actually, to the person who kind of got me to do this video, which was Zeak on Twitter. He actually did a lot of, footage collecting and stuff, and he actually, that's it. Wow, the Pikachu was just destroyed. I guess it's because, well, we're going up against a level 60 Pokemon, so should kind of have expected that to happen. Should have seen that coming, but guess it is what it is. But yeah, so what ends up happening essentially, ladies and gentlemen, is that what you see right there, that's what happens. It is pretty straightforward. You basically get a Pikachu. So we're gonna try this, and we're gonna just like reset here and try this with another Pokemon and see if there's any difference with like a Rayquaza and a Breloom, and see if that actually affects what Pokemon you get. But it seems like if you add a Pokemon from a previous generation that doesn't exist within Sword and Shield's files, it just defaults to a Pikachu. But we'll try with other Pokemon and see if it makes any sort of difference. If it doesn't, then that's kind of what happens, and that's pretty much a simple gist of it. But otherwise, we'll, maybe we'll discover something. But I think for now, that's really all that it does. There's also a few moments where you might get an egg instead, and like it's like a glitched out egg and stuff, which we'll take a look at in a different video, most likely tomorrow. You guys can see that and expect to see that. But yeah, I think for now, there's really not much else to mention about that. So yeah, let's try and do this with Rayquaza and another Pokemon real quick and see what the results end up being with those two. So let's just do Rayquaza and a Breloom and see what the results end up being with that. So I'll see you in 2 seconds. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back. We had to do a little bit of tinkering around, but we are now back with the other two Pokemon. So as you can see, we got Rayquaza and Breloom, and I think we can pretty much establish what's going to happen here. I think we have pretty much the same results. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, it is the same results. If you add in a Rayquaza or a Breloom, this is basically the result. You get a Pikachu. That is the result of what happens when you add them in here. So let's just see what these things are going to work like if we actually go to an area where they can battle, and not just like the, the simplest of things, which is like, to go into the wild area, which is much easier to get to, generally speaking, and, walk around in, but everything's high level, so let's not go there. Let's avoid that place for now, and let's just move our way down to the starting zone in this region. So let's just go to town map, and let's just fly down all the way to where we started our journey, right here on Route 1. So let's just go to Postwick, and we'll walk down and see if we can find a few Wooloos and stuff, and see what the Pikachu will do, like how the animations will look like. I think we have the battle animations off again. Yep, because we're using a pretty much resetting the save file from earlier. Let's just run over here, see what happens, and go from there, basically, just see, how we can progress from that point forward. But yeah, let's just see what happens right now if we go down and battle a few things. But honestly, like, I think it's kind of funny that it's specifically a Pikachu. I'm not sure if that's maybe because the game automatically assumes that that's kind of the things that should run on, like that's to be like the automatic thing it should default to. I guess that's what it is what it's doing. But it's kind of curious. So pound is the only thing it's got. It's got 40 out of 30. So it's got, actually, interesting thing I'll point out now. Look at this. It's got 40 out of 35 is what it said there in terms of its, so yeah, it just uses the normal animation, nothing strange. Look at that. It has 39 out of 30. What? So it had 40 out of 35 power. Wow. PP. Wow, okay. That is 40 out of 35 PP. That's, okay. That's a bit odd. Okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't actually think about that or realize that. That is actually really interesting. Not really sure how to like really take that. It's a bit of an odd discovery, to be honest. But definitely a pleasantly surprising one, I will say. It's like it's got more than its total amount. So I don't know like how common that is that that it happens. It's kind of the first time I'm seeing it, but it's just really strange, I will say. It's really strange, so I kind of find it interesting, honestly. I kind of find it like pretty fun to see. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about seeing the PP like go over? Maybe like you can do that through PKX. I've never really done that before myself, because I don't really dabble within this sort of stuff. I usually just kind of like just casually shine out and that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a strange discovery for me to see that happen. Like I didn't know that the game could actually like just go above that on its own. But here's Breloom. The previous one was Rayquaza, and here's quote-unquote Breloom, but it's just a Pikachu, as you may notice. This is essentially what ends up happening, is that you just get a default Pikachu as the Pokemon if you try to get the other ones in. So a little bit sad, I must say, a little bit disappointing. Just that, there's no secret Breloom hidden in the game. Of course, that's, to be expected, and, it is what it is, there's not really much that can be done about it. Unfortunately, as you guys know, these games do not feature these Pokemon. The same way that Let's Go didn't feature, Pokemon besides, like, Generation 1, basically. Like, these games do not feature all the Pokemon, but only 400 Pokemon or so. Actually, 435 to be more exact, if you guys, do want to know the number. It's about 435, give or take, up and down, depending on how you look at it. So, yeah, that's the general gist of it, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, there we go. Wow, that is actually pretty interesting, I must say. I don't know, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is basically what happens when you do that. You get yourself a you get yourself a Pikachu. You get yourself a Pikachu if you try to put a Pokemon, or hack a Pokemon, an old Pokemon, into Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And, kind of interesting. So I would love to know, guys, if you guys want to see more of these sort of like hacking videos, I'd love to try to do a few other things, like try to hack in a brand new Pokemon, like a brand new model, like actually sit down, try to make a model like of a brand new Pokemon, and like try to put it in the game. If you guys want to see something like that, I would love to do that. So let me know if that's something you want to see. I would really enjoy doing something like that. It'd be pretty fun. Of course, time consuming, but pretty fun, most likely, I would say. So ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy the video, drop a like down below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit, and yeah, that is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, honestly. Thank you so much if you did enjoy the video. As per usual, you know, drop a like and leave a comment down below telling me about this. And if you guys want to see more stuff like this, leave it in the comment section down below. Have a good one. And bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.